Archangel Michael says, something is about to erupt in your reality that will shift the very foundation of what you believe about someone close. This man you once trusted is walking freely right now, but time is collapsing fast around him. There are people watching him closely, and they are not just strangers, they are angels disguised in plain sight. There is a file that was opened last night, and it has this man's name written in red ink. The universe is responding to prayers that were cried in silence, behind closed doors, when no one listened. The law is about to move, but what's coming is not just about legal chains, it's spiritual justice taking form. You may have thought his sins were forgotten, erased by time and distance, but nothing hidden stays buried forever. He believed he could get away with it, that enough silence and years would wash it all clean. But the truth has a pulse of its own, and it's begun to scream through signs, messages, and divine nudges. Archangel Michael says, watch the moments just before midnight, because that's when the veil lifts and the unseen becomes clear. Something he did has now reached heaven's courtroom, and the judgment has already been stamped in bold. It is no longer a matter of if. The energy has spoken, it is already done in spirit, now it will happen in flesh. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You must stay alert in the next 72 hours, for signs will appear near water, windows, and unexpected phone calls. One phone call will mention his name, and what you hear will chill your bones because it confirms everything you suspected. A woman who was afraid to speak has now finally whispered the full truth to someone with power. The power of that confession has already started turning wheels in offices you don't even know exist. He is being watched through lenses he cannot see, and everything he does is now part of an official record. Someone close to him was paid to keep quiet, but that bribe is breaking apart under the weight of divine intervention. The truth you're about to witness will make your heart race, because deep down, your soul always knew something wasn't right. This man smiled too perfectly, covered his flaws too gracefully, but now that mask is cracking. The lies are melting under the fire of justice, and a name that was untouchable is now being whispered in legal halls. Type Amen to get blessing 121. He never thought his downfall would come through someone who once loved him. But love betrayed and hurt becomes the sharpest weapon of truth. A woman who held the secret is now unlocking doors she swore to keep sealed forever. You will soon see reports. You will hear his name on people's lips, and they will not speak it with honor. He will try to act surprised, but do not be fooled, he has felt this coming for a long time. There is evidence that was hidden in an envelope inside an old briefcase under a bed in another house. That briefcase was opened this week by someone searching for something else. But destiny arranged that discovery, it was meant to happen now, not before. And when the contents were shown to the person in charge, the look on their face said everything. Type Amen to get blessing 555. He is losing control of the story he tried to write with lies and illusions. No matter how many times he deleted things, wiped things clean, or paid others to stay quiet, it was all being recorded in the spirit. And now, what was whispered in darkness is going to be broadcast in front of many. His arrest will not only be a physical event, it will also be the moment his power crumbles. You will notice the shift. His voice will no longer intimidate. His name will no longer echo in fear. The angels are positioning themselves to surround him, and one will touch his shoulder just before the moment happens. Archangel Michael says, This man was warned before, but he laughed. He ignored the red flags. He ignored the dreams. He thought his charm would shield him forever. But the time has come. And this time, it is irreversible. Type Amen to get blessing 717. You may feel conflicted because there was a time you cared. But release yourself from guilt. His path is his own, and you are not the reason for his fall. You were the one he was warned to protect, not the one he was meant to destroy. He misused power. He manipulated situations with grace and timing, but even the most perfect crime leaves fingerprints on the soul. What he doesn't know is that someone younger saw something by accident, and that child spoke recently. That small voice was enough to reopen everything, and now it cannot be undone. Everything you are about to witness is not punishment, it is prophecy being fulfilled. There is balance being restored in your life. And the first key to your freedom is his exposure. This is not just about his arrest. This is about the clearing of your name and the restoring of what was stolen. Type Amen to get blessing 404. He used to call you emotional, weak, too sensitive. But your emotions were antennas picking up on what others refused to see. Your silence was not weakness, it was wisdom waiting for divine timing. And that timing is here. Right now. It's no longer on delay. When you wake up tomorrow, things will begin to move rapidly, and people will start speaking without realizing who overhears. That's how the final thread will unravel, because even those loyal to him are growing tired of carrying his secrets. A document will be printed. A name will be circled. A knock will come. He will not expect it. He will try to smile through it. But his eyes will shake. And in that moment, everything he ever feared will come to greet him. Type Amen to get blessing 811. You will be called to give your insight, but you won't need to do much. He will convict himself through his reactions. The things he thought he hid so well will echo in every word he speaks. Someone from his past is coming forward too. They have held on to receipts, messages, and photos that never should have existed. But instead of revenge, they're offering truth, for the sake of every person hurt by his decisions. You will hear someone say, "How did we not see this before?" But you always saw it. You just kept hoping it wasn't true. Now, truth is forcing everyone to face it. Type Amen to get blessing 369. He will try to paint himself as the victim, but watch closely, truth doesn't shake, but lies do. The light around you is increasing, and those who walk in darkness are becoming blind in your presence. His exposure is also your liberation. A door will open that was slammed in your face long ago. Someone who ignored your pain will now come to you in humility. And you will have the choice, to forgive, or to let them watch from a distance. This arrest is more than justice, it's a spiritual shift. It clears the fog. It resets your steps. It untangles the curses sent your way. You'll begin to sleep better. Breathe deeper. Feel peace again. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. Archangel Michael says, what was meant to destroy you has now become your protection story. He can no longer speak against you without consequences falling upon him instantly. His access to you is now revoked, not by court order, but by divine decree. The man who thought himself untouchable will soon walk in handcuffs. And you, the one he underestimated, will rise above it all with grace and divine favor. The people will see. And they will know, you were not crazy. You were chosen. There is a celebration coming in the spirit, and your name is engraved in that blessing. This storm ends with your crown shining brighter than ever. Your voice will carry more power. Your story will save others. Type Amen to get blessing 2002. And if you feel called, remember. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The angels are surrounding your space now. There is a warmth entering your chest as you read this. It is your confirmation. Stay alert, stay aware, and stay in your truth. His time is up. Your time is here. The arrest is coming, and with it, the arrival of your justice. Let the chains break, let the truth roar, and let the heavens bless your name. Type Amen to get blessing 1122. There is still more unraveling behind the scenes than even the authorities realize. A private investigator, not officially hired by anyone close to you, took an interest in this man. That investigator uncovered patterns, hidden movements, and financial traces that matched the original incident. This wasn't just a random act of fate. It was a divine orchestration to ensure what's been buried would finally be unearthed. That evidence will be handed over in an unmarked envelope, and the person delivering it has been protected by unseen forces. You'll soon learn that even the timing of that delivery was guided by angels standing watch over the entire operation. He will appear to act shocked, but inside, he will know this was the moment he feared for years. Every time he heard footsteps, every time a car slowed near his gate, he felt the weight of his own secrets. His world has been quietly crumbling, and now, everything he tried to hold together with charm and lies will fall. Type Amen to get blessing 1234. Don't be surprised if you suddenly feel lighter in the coming days. That's the spiritual release of burdens you've carried on behalf of his actions. Even though he never confessed to you, your body held the trauma of his betrayal. But now, your body is being released from that energy. There will be a moment, possibly in the evening, when your chest feels free and your breath flows with no heaviness. That is the sign. The chains are breaking not just around him, but around you too. The universe is restoring the sacred order. It may look messy at first, like a storm tearing through false foundations. But when the dust settles, truth will stand tall where deception once stood. Type Amen to get blessing 535. A message will reach your phone soon, either a screenshot, a forwarded article, or even a voicemail from someone shaken. That message will confirm the arrest has taken place or is about to within moments. There will be no room for doubt anymore, only divine confirmation and the unfolding of justice. His allies will scatter like birds startled by thunder. Some will deny knowing him. Some will delete photos, messages, and entire histories. But nothing deleted in the physical can erase what has been written in the heavens. The heavens saw it all. The betrayal. The manipulation. The unspoken threats. And every single one is now accounted for. This arrest is not revenge, it is restoration of spiritual order. Type Amen to get blessing 911. He once tried to twist your voice, making others doubt your truth. But now, even those who once laughed will fall silent in awe of what's coming to light. You were mocked in private rooms, but soon those rooms will echo with regret and remorse. A person who used to dismiss you will publicly speak in your defense. It will shock many, but they will speak because truth is burning in their soul. Even those who once walked away from you will now see what you were trying to protect them from. Your enemies will be confused. They'll try to spin new stories, make fresh excuses, shift the focus. But it will not work, because the spiritual tide has already turned. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. Archangel Michael says, this man's fall is not just punishment, it is prophecy. Every action carries weight, and he has carried too many without accountability. But now, his burden will be made public, and your freedom will be sealed. There is a divine silence that falls before the storm hits. You may have felt it recently, the quiet tension in your body, the stillness in your surroundings. That was the universe holding its breath before the hammer of justice drops. When it does, you will not have to move. You will not have to scream. You will simply watch, because the angels are doing the work you once begged for in your pain. They heard you. They moved. And now it is done. Type Amen to get blessing 2025. You'll begin to notice little things. A sudden shift in someone's behavior. A person you barely know offering support or insight. Synchronicities will appear, numbers like 333, 777, or your birth date repeating again and again. These are signs that heaven is guiding this moment step by step. You're not alone in this journey. You are surrounded by celestial protection. Even the way you found this message wasn't coincidence, it was arranged by divine timing. You were meant to see this now, before it unfolds, so your soul would be prepared. No fear will overcome you this time. Only power, clarity, and freedom will remain. The tables have turned, and they've turned in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 444. There is one last confrontation that may arise. He might try to contact you, either through a message, a relative, or an old friend. Don't answer unless your soul is ready and calm. You owe him nothing. Your silence is your sword. And your peace is your loudest victory. This is not just about an arrest, it is about the ending of a curse. A cycle of betrayal, control, and deception that has followed your family for years is ending with this. It stops here. It breaks now. And you are the one chosen to witness it. Type Amen to get blessing 606. People will be shocked, but your spirit will be calm, because your soul has known this truth before anyone else. You were chosen for this revelation. You were marked for this liberation. And now, what was delayed is being delivered. The truth that once hid in darkness is rising like dawn after years of storm. The same way clouds part after a hurricane, your life is about to clear and bloom. And the man who tried to keep you down will watch you rise from behind bars, behind regret, behind his own illusions. Let this moment remind you, you are divinely watched, deeply protected, and infinitely seen. Nothing that was stolen from you will remain lost. It's all coming back now, truth, dignity, peace, and your radiant power. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. Archangel Michael says, now you must walk forward, unshaken. Let the storm unfold without clinging to the past. You were never meant to carry his darkness, it was meant to be exposed and removed. Tonight, sleep peacefully. The air has changed. The veil is lifting. Your story will no longer be one of survival, but of divine justice fulfilled. Every broken piece is coming together into a masterpiece of triumph. The arrest isn't the end, it's your beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. Let it all unfold as heaven intended. Stay rooted in peace. The truth has been spoken. The fall has been declared. The blessing has been sealed. You are walking into your new era. And He is walking into the consequences He created. So let it be. Type Amen to get blessing 10,000 dove. Even after the official news breaks, there will be whispers behind closed doors. People will come forward with stories they never had the courage to share before. And with each truth told, the false empire he built will collapse like sandcastles in the tide. This man thrived on others' silence. He manipulated fear, he orchestrated confusion. But now, that silence is shattering, and people are finding their voice. Even those who once stood beside him will now start to question what they were protecting. You'll be surprised who turns against him next. Someone very close, someone who once defended him blindly, is about to switch sides. They were shown something undeniable, something that shook their core, and now they cannot defend the lie anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You will receive messages from people who never believed you. They'll say things like, "I'm sorry, you were right," or "I didn't know how bad it was." Don't hold on to bitterness, let it flow away with the past that's being erased. Your victory doesn't require revenge. Your power is in your peace, in your glow, in the way your name will now be honored again. People will see you differently, not as a victim, but as someone who carried sacred knowledge and waited for the moment to rise. He will be called out in ways that strip the illusion from his image. No title, no money, no charm can protect him anymore. Truth has marked him, and the divine hand will finish what was started. Type Amen to get blessing 828. There will be a moment, a very real, powerful moment, where he realizes that everything he built was based on deception. In that moment, he will not be surrounded by applause or admiration, but by silence. The very people he tried to impress will now look away. This is the unraveling of false power. And your role is no longer to warn, to plead, to cry, it is to watch and reclaim. Reclaim your voice, your strength, your light, and your future. The angels are not done yet. After the arrest, a new opportunity will appear. Someone will reach out to you with an offer, a blessing, a project, or a gift, one that restores what was once blocked. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. What you thought was lost time will now be redeemed. All the moments spent in confusion, worry, and emotional exhaustion will be balanced with clarity and peace. You'll begin to notice time feels lighter, faster, freer, because you're no longer spiritually trapped. This man tried to cast shadows over your light. But he didn't realize, shadows only exist because of light, and your light was never meant to be dimmed. Now, that light will be seen in places you never imagined. A stranger will recognize your name. A platform will mention your story. And suddenly, your name will carry a weight of honor it was always destined to hold. Type Amen to get blessing 7171. Archangel Michael says, Every tear you cried was documented by angels. Each sob was a seed in the soil of justice, now blossoming into divine action. Do not underestimate the power of your unseen pain, it has summoned this moment. The timeline has already shifted in your favor. Everything the enemy planned against you has turned back on him sevenfold. Where there was once confusion, now there is direction. Where there was once fear, now there is divine clarity. And with this arrest, your life will no longer be entangled in the residue of his choices. You are finally being set free, not just in body, but in soul. Type Amen to get blessing 4848. This is bigger than courtrooms. Bigger than legal files. This is spiritual warfare ending in divine victory. And your name is written among those who were protected. Stay grounded in these next few days. Journal what happens. Watch the signs. Pay attention to recurring names, dates, and numbers. You're not being paranoid, you're being spiritually alert. He will face what he thought would never catch up to him. And you will witness what it looks like when karma is guided by angels. This is the moment your story turns from broken to blessed. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. He had every chance to change. He ignored the signs, the dreams, the people who tried to warn him. He mocked the very energy that tried to help him. Now, even he will realize the warnings weren't threats, they were lifelines. But he cut every one, until all that's left is truth standing face to face with him. There will be no escape this time. The path he chose now leads to full exposure. He will have to sit in his consequences, while you walk into new beginnings. This isn't just the end of his story, it's the fresh start of yours. Type Amen to get blessing 6006. You'll soon find joy in unexpected ways. You'll laugh again, not because everything is perfect, but because the weight is finally gone. Your soul will feel 10 years lighter. You'll walk into places and feel respect return. People will treat you differently, not with pity, but with awe. They'll know you went through fire and came out glowing. This is your glow-up season. Not for vanity. Not for pride. But for victory. The glow that comes after surviving darkness and stepping fully into light. Type Amen to get blessing 3033. You'll feel like your name has been cleared in the spirit realm. Because it has. The smear campaign is over. The lies have collapsed. The truth is standing on the highest mountain now. Your blessings won't just trickle, they'll pour. You'll have to make space for new beginnings, new relationships, new finances. It's all connected to this man's exposure. Because with his chains falling, your chains are breaking. With his arrest, your restoration begins. With his fall, your rise is unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 1111.